Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to show you how to install a D7018 regulator, looks like that, to convert a Chrysler dual field alternator to a one wire. What this does is it mounts on the side of the alternator with one of the through bolts. It's got a little mounting tab right there, so it would be mounted like this on one of them. I still need to decide which one. And this wire right here, the blue wire, is run inside the alternator and soldered to one of the connections inside. But there it is. Let me get this case taken apart. I really think, yeah, it goes on here like that on the car. The pivot's right there. Wait, it's actually right there. Okay, yeah, it's like that. So I think I'm gonna put it on this. No, I'm gonna put it on this top one right here. Yeah, I'm gonna put it right here, and then the wire's gonna run inside right there. Yeah, there we go. That'll work. Okay, I'm gonna mount it on this hole right here. So let me get the case apart, and I will show you where that blue wire solders to. All right, got the unit opened up. Let me show you right here. Unit opened up, got the blue wire running inside through the side by the positive rectifier coming up. I'm going to solder it on right next to this diode connection right there. All right, you get my soldering iron heated back up. Make sure I got a really good solid connection. I'm going to double check that. Did drop a little bead of solder. Let me get that picked off. All right, that did not want to stick. All right, I got the wire soldered on now. I had to strip off a little bit more of the insulation and actually wrap it around this stator lead right here. But instead of going in the side. Instead of going in the side right here against the case, went in this larger hole right there, and got it wrapped around. Got a really good connection right there. You want to make sure your areas that you're soldering are very clean, so it has the best chance of sticking. And you need a very good soldering iron to make sure you can get up to that proper heat. But I got that on there. That is good. So let's get this put back together. I actually want to put a little bit more grease in this bearing because I was having a little bit of noise in it. Okay. You know what? I almost forgot something. Tiny little Phillips head screw for this tiny little. Sorry, I've been out of frame. I don't know how long I've been out of frame. It's a tiny little Phillips head screw going in right there. I just about forgot that. Let me go and get that in, and then we'll be right back. All right. Now it's back together. That screw is in, everything else is on. Got the wire soldered on right there. And got to hold the stator and slip it back on. All right, I'm going to be putting it on that mounting hole, and there's a ground right here, so I'm gonna go ahead and hook up the ground also. I'll probably use some zip ties to hold some of these wires back. So let me get this on. Okay. I'm definitely gonna put on some zip ties around these wires to hold them on. But I believe let me see. I believe that one would go there. That should go. Okay, I need to look at the instructions to make sure, but I do need to go ahead and get my brushes back in. Alright, I read the instructions again to make sure, and the said to plug up the green wire right here to either of the field terminals, and then the red wire, the red spade connector that's attached to the battery right here, goes to the other one. So this is the way I could mount it. So this is the way it is. Now to put it on my charger and see if it charges. See if I installed this right. So I will see y'all in a little bit. Alright, alternator is installed and looking very good. Got the belt tied, everything adjusted, and here is the old field wire that went to the field terminal on this old alternator. And the old alternator actually sounds worse than the new one, so the bearings and that one might actually be fine. Listen to this. Bearings are very loud compared to that unit that's not actually that bad, so the bearings might actually be okay. But let me fire it up. I got my voltmeter in line, so just to make sure this doesn't fall down, because I do still need that one. Go ahead and move that. Okay. All right, let's fire it up and come out here and check the voltmeter. That was charging at 18 volts. That is not good. There is a potentiometer on the back side of the back side of the regulator. That might have to be adjusted. I'm not sure. I'm going to take the through bolt off and see what happens. See if I can adjust that right. But I'm gonna go ahead and take this off of the through bolt, so I can try to adjust the voltage while it's actually running, to see if it's this that I need to adjust, this or something in the unit might be wrong. But I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear any whining or anything. It was just charging at 18 volts, so I might need to just adjust that potentiometer behind there. But let me get this through bolt off so I can and back in so I can adjust that potentiometer. I will be right back. Alright, I got it fixed. The problem was this brush right here was grounding out, and I think I'm missing an actual insulator that's supposed to be there to help insulate properly, but I'm missing that. But I was able to get it fully insulated, and both terminals are good now, and I did check it and it is charging good now. So you're going to crank it up, and this regulator is actually adjustable, as it has that little potentiometer right there, and turning it clockwise increases the voltage and counterclockwise decreases the voltage. So let me get set up. and I got my mom in there helping me. She's going to crank it up. And go ahead and crank it up. It's at 13.1 right now. I'm going to raise it up to 14.5. I'm going to set my phone down real quick. Alright, there we go. I got it turned. I was turning it very slow to make sure I got it right. But it's about 14.4, 14.5. I'll probably drop it down a hair. There it is. And alternator's working. How you feel it? Alternator is working successfully after the rebuild, which is another best of this is another reason why I had a problem, because this is the first time I've actually run this alternator. But the voltage regulator is working. I'm going to go ahead and get it put back on this through bolt right here. And the Chrysler roundback dual field 1-wire conversion is complete. And I might actually leave this on here, but I think for safety's sake I'm going to go ahead and take it back off. Since I know this one's fine, I'm going to put this one back on so I can replace the bearings in that one. And that way I don't have to worry about the bearings going out on me going down the road. But the conversion is complete. I did want to say one more thing. If you wanted to, I put the regulator right here because that's where the wires would reach, and so I didn't have to modify the wires. But if you wanted to, you could most likely move it to the through bolt that's on the bottom side, so it would actually be hidden and out of the way, so you wouldn't actually see it then. That would be a little bit of a cleaner look, but I really don't care, and I might eventually move it, but I think for now I will be happy with it right here. The Chrysler dual field alternator 1-wire conversion is complete. Alternator is looking very good, and after I ran it for a little bit longer, I took the belt off and spun the alternator, and the bearings actually are sounding better than the ones in the alternator that I actually pulled off. So I'm going to keep this alternator on so I can see how it's going to perform. I really don't think I'm going to have any issues with it. But just to be safe, I'm keeping the old alternator in the trunk and not taking off that old regulator just yet, just to make sure that everything is going to be working right for as long as the alternator is on there. But once again, the regulator part number is D7018. And you can find it on eBay and probably other places for probably about $40. And there's people out there that are selling it for a lot more than that, but you can usually find it for about $40 or $50 with shipping and everything. And I got one for my truck too, but I'm gonna hold off on that until this one has a chance to prove itself. Just to make sure, because this is the first time I've ever installed one of these. But it's charging good, and there it is. There's the 1-wire conversion. And if you like the video, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.